Hello YouTubers. I haven't had much interesting stuff for you recently because I have been taking a break, about a month break, doing some different activities, bit of mountaineering, just having a bit of chill time off the bike as it got to the end of the season and it was getting to that point where I didn't really feel like riding and everything was a bit of a chore. So I've had some time off. I'm using my time wisely though, so what I've been doing is looking in some more local areas, or more local areas to me, to see if I can find some other types of riding to do, some hardtail stuff, more trail, cross-country based things. So today I'm in a plantation just outside of Eggs-Elent. I don't know whether there are any trails here at all, but if there are, I'm going to find them. There's a handy little blue directional arrow here that says public bridleway on it, so that means we can follow that one, because in the UK you are allowed to go on the public bridleways with a bike, but you're not allowed to go on public footpaths, which is fair enough. And actually, if I'm running on a public footpath, I don't want to be run over by a cyclist either, so I don't mind playing by the rules, but that's the direction that we're going to go in first. Ooh, muddy. So it's not raining today, but it has been raining. But today is pretty chilly. That's a lot of mud. I've got new cranks on this bike. Ages ago I bought the new 155 Hope cranks. I've got 150 kids cranks on my orange bike, so I got 155s for the Nuke group. So this is the first ride out on them. It already feels great. I do like the short cranks, they suit me a lot better, and it also means I can put cheap pedals in sometimes in places where other people can't. I think we're kind of going down the stream here. I hope we don't have to come back up this way because it's going to be quite difficult to pedal if we do. Concentrating a bit. I also didn't think we were going to be out very long, so I didn't put contact lenses in. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm slightly handicapped. Oh, sign. And a stop for nothing there, because the sign actually just points the direction we were going in anyway, so it was a little bit pointless to stop. But anyway, stop and let Pete catch up. Here's my shiny new cranks, look. Well, they're not that shiny now, I've got mud on them already. Right. This looks a bit drier, she says. Oh boy, that's just bog there. Another sign. Whee! I can feel all the mud going up my back. Okay, so it looks like we're going to pedal up for a little bit. Had to do a little bit of hiker bike there, as it was very boggy uphill and there was no way I was going to pedal through that. But it seems to be drying out a little bit. Well, that was definitely better than going back up the way we came.
I was thinking when we were going down here, this is going to be yuck getting back up.
Well, I never really had any intentions of going back up the same way. There's always another way around. So, following the opposite path that we came down before, I think if we follow this we should come to a bit of a memorial. No trail shown, just paths, but that's okay. We're kind of cycling towards something anyway, and there'll be some stuff to see even if there aren't any trails. As you can see, still pretty muddy on the ground. Gentle up and down though. I'm more out of breath because I've got the back end of a terrible cold rather than the fact this is a particularly arduous route. Another bit of road, hopefully link us to another forest. I thought that would be less sloppy. Back into the woods. Plenty of choices, not plenty of descending trails, but definitely plenty of different bits to pedal about in, which is nice. I'm not worried about getting lost anyway, because it is really for exploration today, and it's just nice to be out without any pressure. Because one of the reasons why I haven't done any videos for a bit as well, I mentioned that I was sort of tired and having a break, but mentally I've been exhausted. I may not be a professional mountain biker, but I've certainly been training and living like one for 6 weeks, and it's 6 months, sorry, rather than 6 weeks, and it's definitely taken its toll on how I feel about myself, how I feel in general, my energy levels, and I've really just needed a break. So when I have been out on my bike, it's been really nice to be doing some other rides. And I've spoken to quite a few people who also ride bikes a lot, and my coaches and things like that, and they've all said the same thing. And this is like a typical way of feeling when you've come off the back of a sport that has a very specific season rather than a sport that goes all year round, and also one that, although you have a team element to it, is ultimately an individual sport with individual training and individual achievements. And you just can't keep at that level all the time, and I would hasten to agree with that. One of the hardest bits though is one, being able to accept that you feel like you don't want to do all the stuff that normally makes you happy. That's hard. And what's harder again is then allowing yourself not to be really angry about that, and beat yourself up that you don't want to do something, and accept that you feel like that because you need a break, and you don't need to fill that time that you would have normally done with that activity that isn't making you happy at the moment with doing something else. You can actually just take a rest and everything will be fine. And I didn't do that last year, and that basically led me to suffer all the way till Christmas. So this year I've taken a slightly different approach. That hasn't meant though that in the last few weeks I haven't had some points where I've really been thinking, who am I and what am I doing and what do I want to do? Do I ever want to do this ever again? What happens if I don't want to do it ever again? And I really want to do this, why don't I feel enthusiastic about it? But what's really helped is by seeking out people that be in similar situations, coaches, racers, friends, people from totally outside of mountain biking as well that I've just talked to, that have all had similar experiences either themselves or with their friends or colleagues, and I realised that actually sometimes, although it doesn't feel very nice, it's not actually that big of a deal, and a little bit of time to reset and adjust could just be the difference between being even better next year or being completely knackered by Christmas. We found some ruins of an old castle, had a little look at that, had a drink. Now we're pedalling parallel to where we were pedalling last time, and we saw what looked like a few bits of trail potentially coming off. So we're going to pedal up here, cut across into the woods and see if we can find the start of them. Found something that might look like a little trail. Ouch. Very muddy, full of brambles. That's the other thing. Some of the stuff that I saw coming down, it looked like they most likely were going to be trails, but they were very covered up. This is good. This means there's more stuff. Ow. Should have put gloves on. Oh, spider's web like up my nose. Oh, there's quite a lot of stuff in here. It will take a while to find it all, I reckon. Whoa. That's a left-hander there, not a straight. Too busy trying to rub spider's web off my nose. Cool. Nice bit of bog. It's the less boggy bit. Oh, I've got a tree. And I've got a motorbike. Oh. Can't pass this one. No time lucky. That doesn't look like a trail, so I'm guessing this way. Ah, this is one of the ones we must have seen as we came along before. Whoa. 1, 2, 3 choices. Ow. I always say this, but I should have put gloves on. So that was the crossing of where we came down on the first one. Whoa, slipped the pedal there. Oh, another log. It's my watch vibrating, telling me that I've had an accident. The watch is a bit annoying actually, I should turn that off because when I've actually had an accident, it's never gone off. But when it gets really bumpy, it tells me I've crashed. And it also tells my emergency contacts I've crashed when that's not actually what's happened. Panics people for no reason. And when there is a reason, nobody knows. Ow. Wasn't sure if that was nails in that log. But ouch, I don't think it is. But we've stopped and lost all our momentum now anyway. You can definitely say these are not very well ridden. There's loads of stuff in here. Definitely want to come back with the e-bike and find them all because it's quite a trek back up to the top every time. Ah! That's literally taken a load of stuff off my hand, that rumble. Mission success, found some trails that should have been there and that actually were. Come back another day though. There's a lot of higgledy-piggledy trails inside the woods and they all end up down the bottom, so it's quite a climb back every time. So probably come back with the e-bike, have a go with that then and have a look around. But at least I know that there are trails in here now, so it's another location that I can come to, not too far away, do a couple of hours and get home at a reasonable time, which is going to be perfect during the winter. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends. I seem to have more subscribers, but I seem to be having less views on my video, so not really sure how that works. Gonna have to do some more research with YouTube, but if you are watching, thank you very much. See you next time.